Welcome to May, the month of the L'Arche St. Louis Annual Breakfast with Friends. I wish we could be inside the beautiful Cy Commons, enjoying Kathy's wonderful breakfast and having coffee around the table with L'Arche friends and many others who join us every year. And now I'd like to turn things over to my baby brother, Martin Kilcoyne, our MC for today.
Thanks, Paula. Welcome to all of you to downtown St. Louis. You may not have been here for a while, and welcome to Ballpark Village, where there's a new addition, the big STL signage where folks can meet before the game, and we're hopeful here in 2020 we actually will have some form of a baseball season. And trust me, I've heard all the jokes, a sports guy with no sports, what to do, right? I've turned into the Maytag repairman here in 2020, but hopefully we'll have sports, at least in some variety, as we move forward here this summer. But it's not going to stop us from having a great breakfast, our 5th annual benefiting L'Arche here in St. Louis. We thank Tom and Dale Offenberg for their contributions. They have been tireless in supporting the mission of L'Arche. And every year when I have friends who come to this event for the first time, the comments I get after are always really telling, talking about the impact the event made, but also the speakers who have a great story to tell. And this year is no different. We're going to take you to the Bronx, Fordham University. Lisa Cataldo, she's a professor of pastoral care and counseling, also a big proponent of L'Arche. And without further ado, our featured speaker.
Hello, friends. Great to be with you, even though I'm not with you. It's a strange way for us to be meeting. I'm recording this in Cape Cod, and I can't see any of you, which is quite a challenge for me because I'm very much an extrovert. So I'm going to do what one of my friends calls my pandemic best, and I hope you'll indulge me. In this time of pandemic, everyone's using the word unprecedented to characterize the time that we're in. Unprecedented, that's a really big fancy way of saying we have no idea what we're doing. None of this has ever happened before, and we just don't know what to do. So we're doing our best, and a lot of the time we have to improvise. And L'Arche is all about doing your best in the circumstances and improvising. So I'm going to tell you a story. Right now I work as a psychotherapist and also as a professor of pastoral care and counseling at Fordham University. I'm a L'Arche board member and a former L'Arche assistant. But 25 years ago, I was a real estate investment banker working on Park Avenue in New York City. I wore high heels every day, and I spent my weekends at antique markets and jewelry stores. I have to tell you the truth. I thought I was pretty cool. But after a while, the shiny things and the sore feet got pretty old. And I decided to quit my job and go to seminary and study theology. And just about that time was when I met Henry Nouwen and visited L'Arche Daybreak in Toronto, Canada. The short story is, after about a week, I moved in. And guess who I lived with there? Nathan Ball and Paula Kilcoyne, 25 years ago. So one day, the house that I was living in decided to have a barbecue and invite some folks from other L'Arche homes to have a picnic with us. And one of the guests we invited was a woman named Ellen Weinstein. Ellen is a person who's well known for telling it like it is. She had no time for any kind of pretense. In fact, she was going to tell you like it is, whether you wanted to hear it or not. So that day I was walking across the yard with a heavy tray of drinks, and all of a sudden Ellen called to me, "Hey, Lisa, you're a special person because God made you that way." I stopped. Ellen Weinstein stopped me in my tracks with the revelation of a truth that I did not know. I was a special person, not because of my university degrees and my fancy shoes and my jewelry. No, I was a special person because God made me that way. Well, I did end up going on to seminary, but I've often said that everything I ever needed to know about theology, I learned that day from Ellen Weinstein. The revelation that Ellen shared with me is the revelation of L'Arche. It's the revelation that each and every person with a disability, without a disability, every person has an unprecedented gift to give to the world. It's a revelation that we are all special and vulnerable, that we're human beings gifted with the power to change other people's lives and to be changed just by engaging authentically with one another. So, here we are in this unprecedented time. Now, I know that as a therapist, I've seen that crisis can bring out both the worst and the best in us. Sometimes in a state of crisis, we withdraw out of fear and we adopt a kind of me-first mentality. The needs of the other become threatening to us. But also, crisis can bring out the best in us. It can draw us out into the world to ask, how can I help? What can I do to lift you up? Crisis can call us into community so that we can sustain each other and bring hope to one another. And that is exactly what the message of L'Arche is: to create communities that embody life and hope amidst the ups and downs of our ordinary and our crisis-filled lives. We at L'Arche know how to laugh together and to mourn together, to dance and to weep, to embrace and at times to refrain from embracing. That's the sign that the world needs right now. In this time of we don't know, L'Arche has a gift to give to the world, because there's one thing that L'Arche really does know, and that is how to live together in community. We know how to sustain one another, to be creative in making spaces for joy, to bring hope where there is despair. There is loss in our world now, and pain and mourning, but there's also joy and service and creativity. L'Arche is the big boat that holds all of that humanness. Being connected to L'Arche for 25 years pretty much has defined my life. I don't need to have shiny stuff and sore feet anymore to think that I'm cool, because my friend Ellen taught me something different. I'm a special person because God made me that way. And you know what? So are you. You are a special person because God made you that way. I'm so happy to know that you are watching this video right now and that you're taking time out of your day in this unprecedented moment to connect in the way that we can right now. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting L'Arche, and thank you for being a sign of hope.
What a great message. We always have wonderful speakers at this event, and this year is no different. Certainly L'Arche is making an impact across the globe, but let's take a closer look right now at what L'Arche is doing in our own backyard, right here in St. Louis.
We function in L'Arche as a family. That is, we live together, we eat together, we play together, sing around the piano together. And we all cook together. We wash the dishes together. Not only care, but it's love, it's family values, it's caring.
Be yourself. There's no judgment at L'Arche. How did you feel when you first came, Jeff?
I said, wow, this is hard.
It's a nice house, yeah? Did you feel welcomed at L'Arche, Jeff?
Yeah.
L'Arche has changed me because I think I'm more loving. I think I'm more aware of other people. I know I'm happier.
I've just been a witness to so many beautiful, different human beings who have so many various gifts to share with each other.
L'Arche kind of changed my perspective on the gift of small moments with friends. Your life can be like very playful and a thing of celebration and joy.
Everyone has a gift to give in the world. Being able to take time to explore that in somebody's life and invite that out of them is a wonderful opportunity, as well as the chance to give of yourself. There's so much self-discovery that can happen within L'Arche, and it can be a wonderful place to offer that.
What sets L'Arche apart is the intentionality of community. I think we are very intentional with spending time, getting to know each other, growing personally, nurturing each other's interests. My life, like my testimony has changed. Like I feel renewed, like I have a new sense of humility, a new sense of patience.
L'Arche has changed my perspective on the way I look at life. Spending time with core members and assistants has really slowed down my pace of life. I enjoy the simpler things more, like sharing meals, laughing with each other, the beauty of being present with one another.
We now have 3 homes where assistants and core members share life. We also have members who live with their own families and come and participate in daily life. We have many ways for people to be involved in our community. We have desire for assistants to come and join and live in our homes, learn to be nurturing caregivers. We have a desire for people to join our board of directors and help connect us to the resources that we need to be here for the long term.
I always wanted to hide things and not really admit weaknesses to others. Since I'm here, I feel like I can be my 100%. So I don't feel like I have to hide anything from my friends at L'Arche. I can be me, and people like me for who I am.
Being at L'Arche, you realize that life is enough and relationships are enough.
Somebody I can go to for comfort. Mary Ellen, you've taught me a lot about mutuality in relationship. Mary Ellen is really wonderful at giving, making me feel very loved, which I really value, Mary Ellen.
So now that you're living here,
Yeah.
what would you say? How has our relationship grown?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
I come to his room in the morning.
Very fine car.
Yep, he gets up at 5 o'clock. You're an early bird, Jeff.
I'm good.
And he is already smiling, waiting for me. And then we'll have breakfast together.
Every
What do we like to do at breakfast, Jeff?
weekend.
Yep, our favorites are War and Uno.
Oh no.
Who usually wins, Jeff?
Me?
Yep.
Me. Yeah, me.
I feel like I learned so much. I feel personally and professionally enriched. I feel like L'Arche is home to me now. Like I'm a volunteer here now, so I feel like my relationship doesn't end. Something about L'Arche is it's not a revolving door, it's just one way.
I am just as excited about L'Arche as I was when I joined almost 31 years ago. I met this community of energetic and creative people who at the center were people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And it was the people at the center, the core members, who welcomed me and asked me to belong, asked me to stay, and they called out this side of myself that I hadn't experienced before, and I felt completely at home. It taught me how to love and care for people. It taught me how to be forgiving, and they know how to celebrate. It taught me how to laugh and have a lot of fun around the dinner table.
Creating a welcome for everyone. L'Arche offers a chance for human transformation.
And here we are at St. James House, one of 3 L'Arche homes in the St. Louis area. We thank our great sponsors, Citizens National Bank, Homeland Healthcare Services, and Claris Thompson and Schrader. We're here because we have a special guest, Edward Stoller, resident here at the L'Arche home in Webster Groves, and also somebody with a great story to tell, connections to John Wayne, Stan Musial, and quite the bobblehead collection. So let's talk about this bobblehead collection. How did it start?
Well, go to the baseball game, you know, And the giveaway stuff, you know, different bobbleheads. Any bobbleheads that I get, I don't care what kind, but the Cardinal bobblehead. So I like it, and I collect them, and I'm going to still collect them a lot.
And you have John Wayne and Yadier Molina, and are they both your favorites?
Both of them are my favorites because I met John Wayne in Dallas.
Wait a minute, you met John Wayne?
I was born and raised in Dallas. He came out of the movie theater back to the thing, and we shook his hand. It was really nice.
Were you intimidated at all?
Nope. We told him we saw all his movies.
So tell me again, you started collecting bobbleheads, going to games. Are you always looking for them now? Any bobblehead? If anybody has one, you'll take it?
Yes, I will.
And your grandpa met Stan
in the musical, and I got his statue bobblehead.
So what did Grandpa tell you about meeting Stan?
Well, he told me about he went over to his house to cook out and stuff.
So he meets Stan
and
he gets invited to his house.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I know. He likes it. He tells me all about it, and he said Edward, he said everything I like just the way he talks. He's that way, and his hair combs the same way.
You've been here 6 months now, right?
6 months, right.
And you're doing a great job with the yard work.
Thank you.
You're in charge.
Yes.
So if there's a weed, we're going to come find you, okay?
Well, we don't, I don't do the weeds.
What about being here? Give us an idea. What's it been like for 6 months?
Well, it's nice. It's really nice. You know, I like, do the yard work, and I like to do the cooking. You know, I'll cook every night too, here.
So what are your thoughts on L'Arche?
L'Arche, I like it. It's nice. It's a nice place to live. And I have friends.
How about those brushes with fame? John Wayne, Stan Musial, what a great story Edward had to share with us. Again, keep it locked on larchestlewis.org. We'll keep the fundraising going, not only throughout the day, but throughout the days ahead, simply by people going online. We have more sponsors. We'd like to thank Left Field Creative, Miller Prost, and also John Jackson Neighborhood Real Estate. That's the latest from here at St. James House in Webster Gross. Martin Kilcoyne back with you. We work our way around town right now outside Enterprise Center. A year ago, the Blues were in the middle of that historic run to win the Stanley Cup. In fact, I had an excused absence. I missed my hosting duties last year at the breakfast, but I was in Boston for the Stanley Cup. That's an excused absence. But we continue to raise money here. We're doing that online at larchestlewis.org. We also want to thank our sponsors, Quick Trip, Visitation Academy, and St. Louis University, the College of Public Health and Social Justice. And let's welcome in my sister. We've dragged her downtown as well. Further proof that life is coming back to the city here. Paula, of course, Executive Director. We want to inform everybody about a great organization within the organization, L'Arche, the Heart of L'Arche.
As part of the Heart of L'Arche Society, you support our mission to create lifetime homes for people with and without intellectual disabilities, to create communities of friendship and support around them that reach out to the neighborhoods and the wider St. Louis community. Please support our mission today. And speaking of mission, Mission Taco has signed up to be an integral sponsor for us today and will reward the first 100 donors with a gift certificate. So go online to our website, click on the Heart of L'Arche Society, and make your donation today. Thank you very much. I have stopped by Sunrise House in Maplewood, the first L'Arche St. Louis home. And guess who was ready to come out for a visit on the back deck?
Jimmy.
And you, Chip.
Even though we haven't seen a lot of our friends in a couple of months or community nights, hundreds of people are watching us today. And they would love to know, what is life like in Sunrise House during quarantine? No living arts, so you guys are at home.
No going to the office.
No going to the office. Chip works at the office and you can't go to the office, it's closed.
Monday, Wednesdays.
So what do you do instead?
Jeff, what's our schedule like these days? What do we do on Monday?
Color book.
Coloring books?
Yeah. Tuesday, baking, cookies. Wednesday, art again. Thursday, touchy.
Yeah. Yeah. Tasty.
Friday, today, is cookie.
Karaoke. What happens on Saturday?
Cookie.
Yeah.
Sunday, church. What is church?
Yeah, so living like a family, right? What a great day listening to the stories of the life in L'Arche St. Louis in the year 2020. Thank you for joining us today for our virtual Breakfast with Friends fundraiser. I hope you have enjoyed seeing life in the homes and hearing some of the stories. The L'Arche symbol is a boat with 3 people together. In the center are the core members. They are at the heart, the center of our community and why we come together. On the one side are the assistants, the leadership and the board of directors who support the daily life of our forever homes. And the other person in the boat is the donor, and that's you. We're asking you to be a partner with us, to be part of the Heart of L'Arche Society, to share in the life that we have through your generosity, to help us to fill the gap between what we are funded for publicly and what we need to raise from our friends and consistent supporters. We are not able to continue these homes and the fullness of support that we offer without the partnerships that you have been giving us over these years. I'm so proud to be a part of this community today, and we hope to welcome many more new people to the boat. Thank you.
We appreciate everyone being a part of the program today. Thanks for tuning in. And if you get the chance, learn more about the Heart of L'Arche, the new mission here in St. Louis. You can read about all of this. You can continue to donate online at L'Arche, stlouis.org. Feel free to let your friends know about it. If they missed the breakfast, they can watch the video later. Make sure they have a chance to get involved. I'm Martin Kilcoyne from Fox 2. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you for sure, a breakfast in person next May.